Welcome back to Mythstory and Legends. Today, we're diving into the 8th labor of Heracles. This labor, tasked by King Eurystheus, involves the capture of the fearsome Mares of Diomedes. Buckle up as we embark on another epic journey filled with danger, heroism, and the wrath of the gods. After completing his 7th labor, capturing the Cretan bull, Heracles returned to King Eurystheus's palace to receive his next daunting task. Eurystheus, always seeking to find an impossible challenge, tasked Heracles with capturing the man-eating Mares of Diomedes, the Thracian king. Let's delve deeper into what makes this task particularly harrowing. King Eurystheus, driven by both fear and jealousy of Heracles' growing fame, devised each labor with the hope that it would lead to Heracles' downfall. This time, his thoughts turned towards Thrace, a region notorious for its savage ruler, Diomedes, son of Ares, the god of war. Eurystheus' mind raced with the stories he had heard about the Mares of Diomedes. These were no ordinary horses. Born of Diomedes' bloodlust and cruelty, the mares had developed a terrifying appetite for human flesh, a fact that had turned the lands of Thrace into a region shrouded in fear and death. The Mares of Diomedes were 4 in number: Podargos, the swift; Lampon, the shining; Xanthos, the yellow; and Dainos, the terrible. Each one was a monstrous beast, large and powerful, with eyes that burned with a relentless, predatory hunger. Their very presence in the stables caused the earth to tremble, and their neighs echoed with a blood-chilling resonance. Diomedes, their master, was a tyrant who ruled his people with an iron fist. He took perverse pleasure in feeding unsuspecting travelers and captured enemies to his mares, making his kingdom a place of dread and horror. Stories of the mares' atrocities spread far and wide, deterring even the bravest warriors from venturing into Thrace. As Eurystheus described the task, Heracles listened intently. He understood the gravity of the challenge before him. Capturing these man-eating horses would not only test his physical strength, but also his wit and strategy. The danger was immense, but so too was Heracles' resolve. Heracles had already faced incredible trials, slaying the Nemean Lion, battling the 9-headed Hydra, capturing the elusive Ceryneian Hind, and more. Each labor had honed his skills and fortified his spirit. The task of capturing the Mares of Diomedes would be no different in testing his heroism. King Eurystheus, with a smug satisfaction, believed this task would finally spell the end for Heracles. The danger posed by the mares and their master seemed insurmountable. However, Heracles accepted the task with unwavering courage, knowing that his destiny was to overcome even the most fearsome of challenges. As he prepared for his journey, Heracles knew he could not undertake this labor alone. He gathered a few loyal companions, including his trusted friend Abderus, who eagerly volunteered to assist him. Together, they formulated a plan to outsmart and overpower Diomedes and his deadly mares. The journey to Thrace was fraught with peril, but Heracles and his companions were undeterred. They knew that this labor was not just about capturing dangerous beasts, but also about bringing justice to a land oppressed by a tyrant. Heracles' strength lay not only in his muscles, but also in his unwavering commitment to righteousness. As they traveled, Heracles reflected on the broader significance of his mission. Each labor he undertook was a step towards redemption and immortality, a testament to his strength, courage, and determination. Capturing the Mares of Diomedes would be another chapter in his epic saga, showcasing the indomitable spirit of a true hero. And so, Heracles set forth towards Thrace, ready to face the monstrous mares and their cruel master. The task was daunting, the danger real, but Heracles' legend was built on triumphing against the odds. Join us as we continue this incredible journey, exploring the bravery, strategy, and heroism that defined the 8th labor of Heracles. With his unyielding determination, Heracles set off towards the land of Thrace. Alongside him were a few loyal companions, including his close friend Abderus. The journey was long and arduous, but Heracles' resolve never wavered. As they traveled through forests, over mountains, and across rivers, Heracles and his companions encountered numerous obstacles. Yet, each challenge only strengthened their bond and resolve. Upon reaching Thrace, Heracles and his companions set up camp near the stables where the Mares of Diomedes were kept. Heracles knew that this task required more than just brute strength. It demanded a clever strategy. Under the cover of darkness, Heracles and Abderus approached the stables. Their plan was to use stealth and surprise to capture the mares without alerting Diomedes and his guards. As night fell, Heracles and Abderus prepared to execute their daring plan. The cover of darkness provided the perfect opportunity to approach the stables where the Mares of Diomedes were kept. The stables, surrounded by tall, wooden fences and guarded by Diomedes' soldiers, appeared almost impenetrable. Heracles, known for his strength, also possessed remarkable cunning. He had devised a plan to approach the stables from a less guarded side. Moving with the silence of a shadow, Heracles and Abderus evaded the patrols, their hearts pounding with anticipation and the looming threat of discovery. Inside the stables, the mares were restless. Their eyes, glowing in the dark, reflected a fierce hunger. These were no ordinary horses. Their bodies were massive, their muscles rippling with unrestrained power. Their nostrils flared as they caught the scent of intruders, but they remained tethered, oblivious to the fate that awaited them. With careful precision, Heracles used his immense strength to break the lock on the stable gate without making a sound. The heavy door creaked open, and he motioned to Abderus to follow him inside. The atmosphere was tense, the air thick with the anticipation of the imminent struggle. Heracles approached the first mare, Podargos, the swiftest of them all. He knew that once one mare was under control, the others would be easier to manage. Using his incredible strength, he quickly subdued Podargos, securing the beast with unbreakable ropes. Abderus followed suit, aiding in the capture of Lampon, Xanthos, and Danos. The mares, despite their ferocity, were no match for Heracles' might and Abderus' agility. With the horses securely bound, Heracles and Abderus began leading them out of the stables. Their mission, however, was far from over. The noise of their efforts had alerted the guards, who rushed to the scene, weapons drawn. As Heracles and Abderus made their way towards the exit, the sound of approaching footsteps grew louder. The guards had discovered the breach and were closing in fast. Heracles, sensing the imminent confrontation, readied himself for battle. The capture of the mares had been successful, but the real test of strength and bravery was about to begin. Diomedes, upon discovering the theft of his prized mares, was consumed with rage. Known for his brutal and merciless nature, he quickly rallied his men to pursue Heracles and Abderus. His fury knew no bounds, and he swore to exact a terrible revenge on the intruders who dared to defy him. With torches lighting the night and weapons gleaming, Diomedes and his soldiers set off in pursuit. The air was thick with tension, and the ground trembled under the hooves of their horses. Diomedes' wrath fueled their urgency, driving them faster towards the fleeing heroes. Heracles and Abderus, leading the mares as quickly as they could, heard the distant roar of their pursuers. The moment of confrontation was inevitable. Heracles knew that he could not outrun Diomedes' forces. He needed to face them head-on to protect his friend and complete his mission. Thinking quickly, Heracles instructed Abderus to take the mares and lead them to a safe distance. Heracles would stay behind to confront Diomedes and his soldiers. Abderus, though reluctant to leave Heracles, understood the necessity of the plan and hurried off with the mares. As the soldiers closed in, Heracles stood his ground, his mighty club in hand. The night air was filled with the sound of clashing weapons and the fierce cries of battle. Diomedes, at the forefront of his men, faced Heracles with a look of murderous intent. The clash between Heracles and Diomedes was a battle of titans. Diomedes, known for his own formidable strength, attacked with relentless ferocity. But Heracles, driven by a higher purpose and unmatched determination, met each blow with greater force. The fight raged on, with Heracles' sheer power gradually overpowering Diomedes' rage. The soldiers, witnessing the might of Heracles, hesitated and faltered. Heracles' heroic presence on the battlefield was awe-inspiring, turning the tide in his favor. In a decisive moment, Heracles disarmed Diomedes and brought him to his knees. The tyrant king, who had terrorized so many, now faced his doom. In a grim act of poetic justice, Heracles fed Diomedes to his own mares, ending his reign of terror once and for all. The mares, now satiated, calmed significantly. Their savage hunger abated, and they became manageable. Heracles had not only subdued the beasts, but also delivered justice to a tyrant, liberating the land from his cruelty. With Diomedes defeated and the mares under control, Heracles rejoined Abderus. Together, they began the journey back to King Eurystheus, the task complete. This confrontation had tested Heracles in every way, but his courage, strength, and righteousness had once again triumphed over darkness and tyranny. With the mares in tow, Heracles made his way back to King Eurystheus. The king, astonished by Heracles' success, once again sought refuge in his jar, fearing the hero's power. Eurystheus, although terrified, had no choice but to acknowledge Heracles' accomplishment. The eighth labor was complete, adding yet another legendary feat to Heracles' storied life. As Heracles reflected on his journey, he realized that this labor, like the others, was not just a test of strength, but also of wisdom, courage, and justice. The defeat of Diomedes and the capture of the mares highlighted the hero's ability to bring balance and peace through his actions. The story of the Mares of Diomedes teaches us that true heroism lies not just in physical prowess, but in the pursuit of justice and the protection of the innocent. Heracles' journey continues to inspire us to face our challenges with courage and integrity. Thank you for joining us on this epic adventure. Stay tuned for the next episode of Mythstory and Legends, where we will uncover the ninth labor of Heracles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all our mythological explorations. Until next time, may the legends guide you and the myths inspire you.